Hey everyone, how you all doing today and welcome to another video. A video I did not expect to make. So we originally were going to have the Mega Master League this week, but Niantic had changed it to the Master Premier. Now, at first I was thinking, well, maybe it's because Kieran White and Kieran Black are very inaccessible, right? You can't get Global didn't happen yet. You can only get them in LA. And I was in LA, so I have them. But a lot of people do not have them, so maybe it's a little bit of a disadvantage. That would make sense. But that does not seem to be the case. So for those that don't know, the last time the Master Mega League was here, I don't remember when it was. It was definitely over a year, close to 2 years ago. There was a glitch where you could actually bring 3 Megas into the Mega Master League. I don't know how anyone did it. I don't want to know. I don't know why people would do it and cheat against their fellow trainers. I never understood it. But there was a glitch, and apparently maybe that glitch still isn't fixed. So that's why they did it. That seems to be the case, but they haven't come out and said anything other than the fact that they're changing it to the Master Premier. But when it comes to the Master Premier, you can't use Ultra Beast, Legendaries, Mythicals. It's just level 50 Pokemon, and that is how it's going to be. So it's actually not a bad league. I don't hate this meta. I actually enjoy it, but it's just like... It's just interesting the way they went about it, right? Just changing it literally last minute, literally day of, right? But with that being said, let's jump into things. So for the S rank, we got the Florges. Florges is so good. It was good before the Fairywind buff, right? But it's still really good. I have a Hundo, level 50, really happy with it. Annihilate, another really good Pokemon, especially with Rage Fist. Of course, Counter was nerfed a couple seasons ago, whenever it was, or last season, but... Still, Rage Fist, it did receive the Rage Fist for the Community Day, so it's fantastic. Gyarados is another great one. You could use it with Dragon Breath or Waterfall, whichever one you prefer. I think I usually have been using it with Waterfall in this meta, just for Metagross, mainly. Because you do resist all of Metagross's attacks unless they're running Psychic, and I feel like most are not running Psychic, but it's really good. But Dragon Breath, but you're going to struggle if you don't, against Dragon types. For example, there's a lot of Dragon types if you're running Waterfall, so both moves are good on Gyarados. Gyarados is fantastic. And then we have Glaciopod. Glaciopod is a great safe swap in this meta. So if you want to consider trying this one out, it's just like, it doesn't have the strongest moves. Liquidation is good, but like, especially level 50 Pokemon, X-Scissor, not the strongest move in the game. It's a good move, and then Aerial Ace as well. Dragonite, of course, Dragonite is fantastic with the Dragon Breath damage. Primarina, this could run Charm or Waterfall. It's better ever since it got the Community Day Hydro Cannon. Goodra, fantastic. Now, what moveset do you want on Goodra? Because definitely Dragon Breath, but do you want Aqua Tail Thunder Punch, or do you want Draco Meteor instead? In the Master Premier, you might want the Draco Meteor. And then for Alligator, of course, fantastic. I got a Mighty Hundo, which is really cool, during the Wild Area event, so really happy with that. And yeah, it's just a fantastic Pokemon. Shadow Claw, Hydro Cannon. I actually don't have enough XLs. We're getting the Community Day Classic next month, but I have close to enough XLs for it, but I don't have quite enough. But either way, it's a fantastic pick. Next up, we have the A rank. We have Satitan. Satitan's actually going to be pretty good. There's so many Dragon types that the ice damage is going to be fantastic, right? Same with Hisui and Avalugg as well. I think both of these ice types are going to be fantastic if you want to go against those Dragon type Pokemon, or Pokemon like Rhyperior, which is also weak to... Wait, Rhyperior is a ground rock type, right? So it should be weak to ice. I don't know why I had to think about that for a second. But either way... yeah, Rhyperior is going to be a fantastic Pokemon as well with the Mud Slap. We've seen this time and time again ever since the Mud Slap was boosted. We've seen this in the Master League. We've seen this in the Master Premier. I mean, it's just such a fantastic Pokemon. And then we have Dracopult. Dracopult with Astonish is really strong as well. Togekiss as a Charm user. Ursaluna. Ursaluna could be a lot of fun. Metagross is yet another... Metagross has always been good in this meta, right? With Bullet Punch, Meteor Mash, and then Earthquake. You see Psychic once in a while, but very, very rarely. And then Golden Go. Golden Go is another Astonish user. You could maybe consider double Astonish, right? With Dracopult and Golden Go if you want to, but... I've actually battled this one. I have a Hundo myself. I randomly caught it. I didn't trade it. I just randomly caught it. Really fantastic. For the B rank, we do have Glade. So Glade or Shadow Glade gets to the moves really, really fast. Like the Leaf Blade. With the Psycho Cut, it gets to the Leaf Blade in the close combat really fast. Kommo-o, another dragon type. I've been talking about a lot of dragon type Pokemon, so Kommo-o is another dragon you can use. I like the Gudra, I like the Dragonite, but Kommo-o is another strong one. And then we have Machamp as another fighting type. Annihilate is going to be better than Machamp, but you could consider a double fighting team if you want Machamp on the team. Garchomp is, yeah, another dragon type. It does have Mudshot. It also has Dragon Tail. I think you prefer Dragon Tail now since Mudshot was kind of reworked. But yeah, I mean, Garchomp could be seeing a lot of play. And then we have the Magnezone. Magnezone has been seeing a lot of play in the past as well. So the Wild Charge attacks hit really, really hard. And then Mirror Shot is a good bait move. And it's also super effective towards the fairy types. Like Sylveon is another charm user. And then we have Chestnut. So Chestnut could be pretty cool to use. But moving on to the other options. I'm sorry if I'm going through this a little bit too fast. I actually don't feel well. I just got back from LA. I don't know if I caught something. But either way, that's totally fine. So for the other options, we have Pangoro as another fighting type. We have Skeledirge as an Incinerate user. Skeledirge, I think, might actually see some play. Maybe I should have put Skeledirge in the B rank. Hydreigon, another Dragon type. They're better Dragon type Pokemon, so that's why I put it in the other options. You could use it. I have a Shundo actually, but Snorlax is a great safe swap with Lick and Body Slam, of course, but Body Slam was nerfed. It also has Earthquake, it has Outrage, it has Skull Bash, so you can surprise the opponents with a couple of different moves. Hippowdon with the Sand Attack. I like this Pokemon. I just don't have a Hundo. I don't have the XL. Actually, I have to check if I have the XLs. I don't know. And then we have Swampert. Okay, I mean, yeah, Swampert could be used in this meta. I don't think this is going to be too common, but, yeah, you might see it once in a while. Baxcalibur is another Dragon type. If you're like me, I mean, I don't have a Hundo, but even if you have a Hundo, you have the XLs, I don't think it's worth investing Rare Candy XLs into, right? Mamoswine, another Ice type, and then Haxorus. So Haxorus was used with Counter before, but now with Dragon Tail, it's going to be used with Dragon Tail just because of the Counter nerf. And then Wolverine as an Ice type, Excadrill with Mud Slap now instead of Mud Shot, and then Electivire. So we're moving on to the solid team options. So for the first team I put together is going to be Florges and then Gyarados. I think Gyarados, I like Waterfall, so I would go with Waterfall. I think it's a pretty good safe swap. Obviously it needs to watch out for electric types, but there's not too many of them. Right? I mean, obviously Magnezone would be awful. and if you happen to battle another electric type or something like that, but even if it's Magnezone, the Waterfall damage is still doing neutral. Dragons would be bad for it because Waterfall is resisted. Yeah, and then, yeah, Magnezone in the back for, like, the Fairy types. Next up we have, this is like an old team that we've seen earlier on in the Master Premier. It's going to be a Dragon type, like Dragonite, and then double Steel. So I put, of course, the Magnezone and the Metagross back. Dragonite's going to hate Fairies, but the backline is going to love them. And then another team, I put together a double Ice team with Titan and Hisuian Avalugg. I don't have the XLs for Titan. It's going to be a difficult one to get. I think I actually do have enough XLs for the Avalugg, but I don't have a good one. And then Gyarados in the lead. The backline is not going to appreciate Metagross, right? Because they're weak to Bullet Punch. That's why Waterfall Gyarados, I think, is pretty good for this meta. And then the backline will not appreciate fighting types, but Gyarados resists fighting type damage. So I think this could work if you have the resources for it. And then the next team is going to be Annihilate with Golden Go. And then Sylveon, so Golden Go, I do think could work as a safe swap in this meta. I never like safe swapping like Charm users or Fairy types because this Metagross is hiding all over the place in this meta. And you don't want to have your Sylveon on a Metagross. And then next up we have, so I have Hyperia and then I have Primarina and Togekiss. You could run this as a double Charm team, or you could run Waterfall on Primarina. Now the team will kind of struggle to Metagross. Obviously the backline will, but the thing you have going for it is the Mud Slap is super effective towards that Metagross, even though you're also weak to Bullet Punch. But the Primarina as well is not weak to Steel, even though, I mean, if you have Waterfall, you'll be fine against, it's okay against Metagross. But, like, if you're not running Waterfall, if you're running Charm, obviously that's resisted. It's still not going to be a good matchup for you. But, yes, something to keep in mind there. but could be a pretty good team. And then the final team is going to be Double Dragon. I put Gudra and Dracopult. Dracopult was astonished. You could run another Dragon Breath Pokemon like Dragonite if you want to. And then I put Metagross in the lead because obviously the backline will hate fairy types, but Metagross will love them. But that will be it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day. Bye.